and I watch the NBA games at work. Bro, can you believe if you were to tell me all the road teams were going to win, I would have said, man, you're crazy. Ain't no way all these road teams going to win. And every game of the second round was determined by the road team. I didn't expect Cleveland to go down 0-2 at home. Bruh, the Cavaliers were whooping their ass for most of the game. And somehow the Pacers came back. Pacers down 6 with 47 seconds left. How the fuck did they come back and win that game? I'm still trying to figure that out. Still trying to figure that one out. The Warriors is absolutely handing the Minnesota Timberwolves that ass. I'm talking about from start to finish. I saw the score was 80-60. I said, how the hell is Minnesota playing this bad? New York goes into Boston and gets dominated for pretty much the second half, a lot of the second half, and then all of a sudden came back in the fourth quarter and went to overtime. And then and what's his name? Jalen Brunson just went off. I didn't expect him to go off either against the Celtics. The OKC Thunder down by 9 points, 3.5 to go. I figured, all right, the Thunder should win this game over the Nuggets. And the Nuggets not only came back, but Aaron Gordon hits the game-winning three. Couldn't have said it any better. Tyrese Halliburton hits the game-winning three for the Pacers over the Cavs. Golden State just dominates the floor, wipes the floor with the Wolves. And New York Knicks sent a shocker and thriller and wins in Boston. Goes up 1-0. The second round has been very entertaining. No home team has won yet in the second round. That's crazy. I would have not have saw that come. If you'd have told me Indiana was going to go in Cleveland and win too, now I can understand maybe Golden State going to Minnesota winning, but not in the dominating fashion that they had. I think the game would be like neck to neck, close to close. And then you would have told me Denver would have been down by 9, 3 minutes to go. They would have came back and won. And then the Knicks would have gotten spanked by the Celtics, down by like 15, 20 points, and then come back and win in overtime. Bro, I would have told you there's no way that's going to happen. And what happened? All the road teams secured the victory and won. It's going to be interesting because imagine if all the road teams won. So then you get what? Pacers, Knicks, Nuggets. I was going to say Broncos, tripping. Nuggets and Warriors. Like that would be your final four set in stone. And that would be an interesting Eastern Western Conference final. I ain't gonna lie. Is this gonna end in sweeps? I'm wondering if the Cavs are gonna get swept. Or do Cavs have potential? Can Cleveland go in Indiana and win two? The pressure's on them now. They lost 2 home games. I don't see Boston losing tonight against the Knicks. I don't see them dropping 2 at home. I think they tie the series. I think Minnesota does the same thing. I think they tie the series against the Warriors. And I can see the same thing with OKC. I don't see any sweeps. I can even see Cleveland going in Indy and winning 1 game. And maybe somehow getting the split there because that's what they need to get to send that game 5 back home to Cleveland. But if you'd have told me, oh, yeah, all the games were going to end in with the road teams winning. And the way that they ended up winning these games was like kind of like heroic almost. It was like kind of like they came back from these large deficits and then they made plays and got the defensive stops and at the end made some buzzer beaters. Aaron Gordon, Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson made some good shots in the paint. The Warriors just whooped the floor with the Wolves. I still don't see the Wolves getting swept. Okay. So the first round, there were some sweeps, some gentlemen sweep 4-1. There were 2 series that went to 7 and 1 that went to 6. All the road teams are winning, so I'm wondering, does this mean the home teams are going to win on the road? Like, it's going to be a trade-off. Imagine how lopsided that would be if Denver wins 2 in OKC, OKC wins 2 in Denver. Like, wouldn't that be kind of weird if you just see that constantly the road teams are winning these games? And we haven't even gotten through the first 2 games yet for everybody. Like tonight, I believe it's going to be game 2, Knicks and Celtics. And then Thunder and I think Nuggets play tonight too. That should be the 2 games for tonight. I think tomorrow is going to be Timberwolves and Warriors game 2. Like I said, basketball hasn't failed yet to promote itself this year. I think they did a really good job in that. And I'm excited. I'm watching all the games. I just don't understand how the fuck did the Pacers, down 6 with 47 seconds left, it's unlikely probable for them to tie the game, let alone win. And not only they do that, but they won the freaking game at the buzzer. It's kind of like traumatizing, I guess, if you're a Cavs fan, because you didn't expect to drop both games at home. That was a shocker. Then you got Denver down by 9, and they managed to come back. 2 missed free throws by Chet Holmgren. Denver kicks the ball out, 9 seconds left, no timeouts, and then all of a sudden Aaron Gordon just hits like this nice little fadeaway 3 from the corner with no time. I'm like, that is just sick. The way these games are ending in the second round it's like a Cinderella like being repeated all over again. All these road teams are pulling out the win. Basketball's been very exciting. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I feel NBA has done a really good job in promoting the playoffs this year. The games have been all nail biters. They've gone down to the wire. Even though, as you can see, that my team is out, we got eliminated to the Warriors. And even then, that series was pretty damn good. Like, we pushed the Warriors to the brink and got them to a game 7 with this young roster we have. So I feel it's a win-win. And, people say, well, you're going to address the rumors about Jalen Green possibly being traded. I heard about that. The Lakers want him. I don't know if the Lakers are willing to offer somebody for him. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a swap if I felt the player we're getting in return is, evenly matched. But then again, something tells me maybe we should keep Jalen Green. Let him stay here and let him acclimate himself in the offense and let him get better and grow as a superstar. And just keep the, rebuilding here. Let him build in that superstar caliber player maybe in a year or 2. He had 1 bad playoff series. It happens, Even the best players have bad games. So if he wants to earn that max contract that he wants, he's going to have to put up max numbers in the postseason. So we're going to have to wait to see next year what Jalen Green has to offer. Does LeBron retire? I don't think he does. I don't think he goes out in this fashion the way that they lost to the Timberwolves. I think that he's going to want a better way to go out of storyline. I think maybe win another ring and then try to retire. But the question is, where does LeBron go? Does he stay? Or does he have to leave and go somewhere else to get that ring? And that's going to be the biggest question. Does LeBron have one more in him? One more championship? And if so, with who? Because I don't think it's with LA. I think that ship has sailed. I think if LeBron wants to win one more, He's going to have to go to a team that's already stacked. I mean, he sort of complements into that. My only guess would be LeBron would have to go somewhere there's like maybe 3 or 4 stars. Like right off the bat. To me, it would make sense if maybe LeBron went to Dallas. I'm going to keep saying this. You're going to play with Kyrie, Clay, and AD. And then you get LeBron. I'm sure LeBron would take less money to go play with Dallas. Plus, you got 4 stars there. And then LeBron goes there. Perfect fit. I don't think there's any other team that's in a better poker position than the Dallas Mavericks to obtain LeBron James. I think if you're Mark Cuban, you make the phone calls happen. And you see if you can get LeBron, and hey, you want that 5th ring, come to Dallas. I think you got a good chance to win a ring with the Mavericks. He does with the Lake Show. Now, who do I got winning the NBA Finals this year? Well, I'm still going to stick with Boston coming out of the East. I don't see them losing to the Knicks. And they did lose game 1, but I don't see them losing to the Knicks in a 7-game series. I'm still going to take the Celtics to run the Eastern Conference. As far as the West, it's a toss-up. All 4 of these teams are very talented. I had Golden State losing in round 2 to the Lake Show. That ain't happening. So I'm going to say call me crazy. I got Denver. It's going to be an odd NBA Finals, ain't it? Denver and Jokic to take on Jason Tatum and the Celtics. NBA Finals. Let that sink in. And yes, I'm eating sugar-free chocolate chip cookies from Walmart. All right? And yes, I just worked a 12-hour shift, and yes, I'm off the next 2 days. That's why I'm up right now. We don't have no sleep. I haven't slept in 24 hours. Which means I'm most likely going to be tired off when this video ends. Now, I got just enough energy to make a video and talk a little bit basketball before I take my ass to sleep, where I'll probably be asleep till maybe 3 or 4. And then my day starts. Ain't nothing better than beats a sugar-free chocolate chip cookie to start off the morning. And Diet Sunkist. Orange. This NBA season is exciting. And you guys, if you don't watch the games, you're missing out. If you don't watch basketball, at least this playoffs, you are missing out. Facts. You are missing out. Who do I got winning tonight's games? Well, Knicks at Celtics. I don't think Knicks are going to win 2 in Boston. No, I think Boston gets the win this time. The last mistake the Celtics did was they shot themselves out of the building. You're up by 20 points and you're still trying to live behind the 3. I get it. We live in a 3-point league, but notice the Knicks were getting their points inside the paint. They diverted from that outside shot. And they went inside the basket. We rebounded. And that's what beat the Celtics. Do the Celtics divert away from that outside shot when you're up double digits? It'll be interesting to see. Not my trash can. Sinuses suck. But anyways, the Thunder and Nuggets for game 2. This is going to be a good game. It's going to go back and forth, but I don't think Denver's going to win 2 games in OKC. I think the Thunder find a way to get it done, and they tie this series and make it interesting going back to Denver. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. And enjoy it, because once this, the finals is over, then we have to wait for basketball for another 4 or 5 months. I know it's grueling, ain't it? And so what's up with all these road teams winning? So I guess home court advantage doesn't really apply in the second round. At least that's the understanding that I'm getting. Usually if you're the home team, most of the time the home teams win. In this case, not one home team has won a game. I mean, I don't get it. We're still barely in the game too, but still, it's kind of crazy. You're in the postseason, you're dropping at home. All these home teams with home field advantage, or these teams with home field advantage, are just not securing home court. They're like losing those games. It's crazy. But again, I'm excited to see where this goes. Do all these series end in the sweep? I hope not. I want to see a game 7 and a couple game 7s in round 2. And the winners move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. So all I got to say to you guys before I get out of here, because this is going to be a short video. If you haven't been watching basketball, but you're kind of like interested in basketball, but you just haven't been keeping up, I really recommend at least go to the highlights and go watch the highlights of all these games, because you're really going to enjoy these games, because they've been nail biters down to the wire. March Madness, Phil, they're competing for a championship. They're trying, and it's fun, and they're making it fun and exciting to watch. I don't know if you guys agree, but that's just my personal take on it. All right, well, I'm getting tired, and I'm getting out of here. So you guys take care, man.